I'm gonna let everybody join for a moment and then we'll get rolling. Oh man, guys. Oh my goodness. We gotta talk. We gotta have a little chatty chat. Gotta have a little chatty chat, guys. But we'll let everybody join first before we have this little chat. How many people are gonna get on this live stream, you guys think? 1,000? Maybe? I don't know, we'll see. We're gonna have a little chatty chat today. I'm not at home. I'm not in Las Vegas. I am in North Scottsdale, Arizona right now. So, but we're gonna have a little talk. You and me, we're gonna have a little talk right now here today. A little talk we need to have, okay? I think it's an important chat we need to have. A little important chat we need to have because it was a heck of a day. Huh? Tesla stock? Oh my goodness. It was a heck of a day, but we definitely need to have a little chat about things, needless to say. It's a beautiful day in North Scottsdale. But yeah, so today we're having a chat. I'm talking to the Tesla shareholders today in this live stream, talking to you guys, but I'm also talking to anybody who ever has an amazing day in the future, because what is this? Airplanes interrupting our live stream. Goodness gracious. Not good. Chill, airplanes. So, a lot of you guys had an amazing day today, right? A lot of you guys are probably made the most money you ever made in a day today. Some of you guys might have made $1,000 today. Some of you guys might have been up $10,000 today. Some of you guys were up $100,000 plus today. It just depends on how many Tesla shares you own, right? So, that's fun, but I don't want you guys to get too addicted to that feeling, because if you it's hard to explain. I mean, if you haven't that amazing of a day, right, it can be a very addicting feeling, especially if you're not used to that. If you're not used to having a day where you make 4 figures, it's like ridiculous, right? And if you've never had a day where you've made 5 figures in a day, it feels ridiculous, right? But you gotta fight that. You gotta fight that feeling, because what happens when it's a really bad day? You know what I mean? And for a lot of you guys that are in Tesla stock specifically, a lot of you guys are in this stock for the next several years. So if you're in this stock for the next several years, you know, if the stock's at 700 today, 600, 500, 800, I mean, it's cool to see it up, but at the same time, if you're not selling out for, let's say, the next 3 to 5 years, does it really matter that much? Probably not, other than just seeing your account go up in value, right? Which is definitely a cool thing. And that's phenomenal, but I think might be too many of you guys that are getting a little too emotional about this and a little bit too exhilarated and things like that, because keep in mind, the gains could go away, right? They might not. Tesla stock might just keep roaring. Next thing you know, it's 800 tomorrow. I know it was up even more after hours today. And that's certainly a possibility, but the gains could go away. They could. We don't know. That's the thing with stocks. You can't get too high on them. You can't get too low on them, especially if you're an investor, right? Because if you're investing in these stocks, like you're not selling out today. Today's not your sell day, right? Unless maybe you were just doing this as a swing trade and it's ran a lot. And I know people, I've had so many people message me in the Discord chat in my private group, or, I've seen, I get a ridiculous amount of DMs a day, but I see some of them, people are like, would say they sold out of 400, they sold out of 380, they sold out of 500, they sold out of 600. Some sold out today when it hit 700, and a lot of people have sold out recently because they just feel like there's no way the stock can keep going up more. And if you're a real long-term investor in this, it's usually a bad decision. Even if the stock goes up a lot in the short term, because if you're in this for the multi-year play, then does it really matter if the stock goes up another 6% tomorrow? If you're in this because you believe Tesla has a future to be a $2,000 stock in the future, a $3,000 stock in the future, then to sell at 500 a share is probably not the best decision, right? That's probably a little ludicrous, right? So I think this is something to keep in mind. when you're thinking about a move like this, because this was absolutely an unexpected move today. The stock was up $129 a share today, right? $129. And this was a stock that 7 or 8 months ago you could have got for $178 a share. So we're talking about this stock had such a big move today that it moved almost as much as the entire stock price was just you know, a couple months ago, or, you know, not a couple months ago, but, you know, 7, 8 months ago. That's insane. It's absolutely insane. It's a massive, massive move. It's not to say Tesla doesn't deserve that type of move, because a lot of us felt like, you know, for it to be trading at $200 or less than $200, you know, in 2019 was ridiculous. A lot of us were like, are you kidding me? This is a joke. And that's why a lot of us were buying very heavy. But with that being said, I don't want you guys to get way too hyped on this whole thing, because just keep in mind, you know, these gains could go away. The gains could absolutely go away. You know, nothing's guaranteed, especially as an investor. Nothing's guaranteed, guys. So I just think that's something important to kind of think about here with this whole Tesla situation. Nothing's guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed with this one. So if the stock goes down to $500 tomorrow, are a lot of you guys going to be sad about that? Are you going to be, you know, feeling depressed about that? Are you going to be crying over that? Because if you get that hyped on the highs, then you have to get down on the lows, right? It's not like it works both ways. It's not like you can just get hyped on the highs and then you feel nothing on the lows, right? And that's why it's really important to kind of separate your emotions when it comes to investing in a stock like Tesla. It's very, very important to separate your emotions. So I was in the Tesla dealership right now, and I was chatting with the guy a little bit, the main guy that works there at the Tesla dealership here in North Scottsdale. And I was telling him about, you know, we ordered a Model X, and he was checking on that and to see how much longer. He thinks it'll probably be ready about February 20th, he was saying. And he was talking about they might not get Model Y into stores for another 4 to 6 months, even though it could be in customers' hands in the next 4 to 6 months. So what he told me is, he said Tesla's going to be sending all the first Model Ys to the first customers that ordered in California. I don't think it's fair. Californians get the Model Ys before everybody else does. I don't think it's fair. But that's what he says is going to happen. He says all the first batches of Model Ys are all going to be shipped to customers in California, is what he told me. And he says after those first batches, within about 4 months to maybe 6 months, you'll actually start getting into the stores when it comes to Model Y. That's what he told me. I asked him why it's taking so long for the Model X. I felt like it's taking a really long time for that to get built. And what he told me was basically when it comes to, basically they're catching up on a lot of international orders. So international is getting a lot of preference right now. So a lot of folks are getting their vehicles overseas, and then after that, you know, a lot of the U.S. orders will be fulfilled, because I'm like, it just seems like the X is taking a long time to get built. But he says they're really focusing on international right now, and then they're focusing on the tooling for Model Y. That's what he was saying there. So, you know, I think that's something intriguing, something important, and something, you know, that should definitely be thought about there. But anyways, you know, the stock price move was massive today. You know, a lot of stocks had very good days. It was a good day in the market in general. But you know, I don't know. I just don't want you guys getting too hyped on this. You know, I saw it in the Discord chat today, which I know this isn't just my people in my private stock group that are on this live stream. This is for everybody on YouTube, which, by the way, I hope you guys appreciate this. Smash the thumbs up button if you do. But I just don't want you guys getting too hyped on this. And for any future moves, because a lot of you guys are going to be in the stock market for decades to come in the future, don't get too hyped on these moves, you know? It's cool, and it's cool to see your account up $1,000 or $10,000, or, you know, I mean, I got about 300 shares of Tesla, and the stock moved $129 today. So, you know, that's a what is that, about $35,000 day or so? Somewhere around there, roughly. For me, it was a $35,000 day or so for me, just off Tesla stock, not even considering my other stocks. Uber had a really good day. That's one of my biggest investments. I think Facebook had a good day. That's one of my biggest investments. I think Skyworks had a good day, but Tesla was the king. So, you know, I don't know what we are up today, but I know just from Tesla shares alone, it was in the 30s for sure. Maybe 30, 35K or so today, just in Tesla stock. So, but with that being said, I don't feel any different. You know, if Tesla stock was zero, you know, not zero today, I might be pissed about that. No, but if Tesla stock was, let's say, at 600 today, it doesn't affect me emotionally at all. And I think that's just being part of the game for a really long time. I've been able to become emotionally detached from those type of swings. And I think it's important for you guys to kind of focus on that right now and over in future years. Just don't get emotionally, you know, attached to these type of moves in the market, because it's going to feel really bad when it's down. It's going to feel really bad if you're feeling the emotion on the highs. It's going to feel really, really bad when it's not good, right? When a stock crash happens, when you know, stock prices move down or something like that. That's not going to be fun. You know, that is not going to be fun. If Tesla stock went to 400 tomorrow, and you're feeling all super hyped that it's at 780 tomorrow, that would not feel fun. That would be a ridiculous move down. It's pretty unrealistic. But just imagine if it happened, how would you feel about that? And so the way you want to feel is, on the ups, you don't want to feel anything, and on the downs, you don't want to feel anything. You just want to make, when you separate out the emotions, then you can make much wiser decisions, and you can look at something like Tesla stock when it was $180 or $200 a share, and you can say, I'm not depressed because the stock's down, or I'm not unhappy because the stock's down. This is just a huge buying opportunity, right? And if the stock's at 780, you're just like, cool, that's awesome, man. The stock's going the way I thought it was going to go. The fundamentals are starting to show. Investors are getting really excited about this. And so that's kind of what I want you guys to kind of think about there with this one. Now, I know a lot of you guys are going to ask, you know, do I think Tesla stock's going to continue to go up? And questions like that. And I wish I knew. I wish I had a crystal ball. I have no clue if Tesla stock's going to continue to roar higher. What I can tell you about Tesla stock is it's a beast. It's an absolute beast. It's an animal. And every time you thought maybe this was it, right? It roars higher again. I mean, you looked at this stock, and when it ran from 200 to 400, you were like, okay, maybe that's about enough. You know, maybe, you know, Tesla hit 400. I think that was its all-time high, you know, just a few months ago. And it was like, maybe that's it. Maybe that's it for Tesla stock. Maybe this was, you know, maybe it's going to move back down at 300s. And then it moved to 500. And then when it moved to 500, a lot of people were like, you know, that's probably about it for Tesla stock. It just hit 500. That's probably about it for it, right? And then it shoots to 600. And then, you know, it closes Friday at what, 640 a share or something like that. And a lot of people are like, okay, now that's it for Tesla stock. Now it's going to chill back down. Now it's going to go back down. And then today, it closes at, I think, $780 a share. And I think part of it is more and more investors and funds getting in the stock, being excited about the story, understanding Tesla on a much higher level than they ever have before, finally paying attention to Tesla and giving Tesla stock the respect it is. So I think that's part of the reason. I think the other part of the reason is shorts are getting absolutely decimated right now. And because more and more shorts are covering their shares, it forces more and more short sellers to cover their shares. And it's like these dominoes are rolling the wrong way for the short sellers right now. And as more and more shorts cover, it forces more and more shorts to cover. And it's just a bad situation for short sellers right now. It's just ugly. And so the question is, when have all the short sellers covered? And that's a question we'll never know. I know some people have continued to short Tesla stock. I have a friend who was telling me he knows people that shorted it at 500. They were like, you know, they saw the huge move up to 500 and they're like, okay, I got to short Tesla stock now. It's going to go back down. And they shorted. And it went to 600 and they had to cover because they're like, dude, I'm getting freaking slaughtered on this. And then it went to 700 and they had to do the same thing. And so, you know, we don't know when all the shorts will have finally covered, but as of right now, they haven't. They haven't. They're trying to cover as fast as possible, and some dare to keep, you know, continue to try to short this stock, and it's just they're getting absolutely decimated. The losses that short sellers are going to have taken in this stock is going to be probably like nothing we've ever seen in a stock ever before. And the beautiful thing for a lot of us longs is we're playing with so much house money now at this point that even if a lot of us have cost bases. I'm not sure if everybody on this live stream fits in this category, but a lot of us on this live stream right now have cost bases on Tesla shares of $200, $250 a share. You know, mine's probably around 227, somewhere around there roughly. And so imagine, even if this stock went down to 450, which would be a massive move down from 780, that would be a $330 move down. We'd still be all pretty much up 100% on our shares. And so that's really fun. That's really intriguing, right? For a lot of us longs. But anyways, guys, that's about all I wanted to cover. Don't get too high off this emotion. Because just understand, if it goes the other way, it's going to feel really bad. So, but anyways, I just had to do this live stream for you guys. Sorry I can't put together a formal video for you guys today. I hope you guys appreciate me kind of sharing these thoughts with you just on a live stream. Like I said, I'm not even in Vegas right now. I'm in Arizona. So, but anyways, guys, go Tesla stock. Hope you guys are doing great. And chat with you guys maybe tomorrow when I'm back in town. Peace.